Okay, now we're on candid camera. We're dating ourselves talking about candid camera. I know I got lots of them back, so some of them must have got through. It could be a filtering thing, but if I know, then I can send it out a different way. So, yeah, appreciate knowing. I got to get my paddle.
No, I didn't get it. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't get it.
Okay. Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start checking it at 4 in the morning, but I did start checking it about 9 in the morning.
No, I changed my settings the other day when I noticed a bunch of stuff from here was going to junk. So I put it in as a favorite.
But from here with Cedar Brae as opposed to, yeah, because you would well, no, it would come from Sign Up Genius, right?
Yeah, and that, yes. And that was what was going to jump. So I put it in a favorite.
Well, now that I think about it, everybody who responded was in the A100 class, and nobody who responded was in that lessons class.
Yeah, okay. Is it okay if I just leave this?
Yeah. Anyway, it's a pattern I'll watch for anyway. See if I can figure out what's going on. I'll send another one out today by the regular way, and if you get one from Sign Up Genius, let me know. Okay. And I'll also send it out from my private email. Yeah. And if you get that
relative to this session?
Yeah, it'll be the same email.
Oh, it'll be the same
email. And it's whether you come to the lesson on Sunday, the lesson today, 100 lessons in the future, you're going to get the same email, right? So, and then if you care to, I ask you to review every lesson. So, yeah. Appreciate it.
I said we came back, so that's
yeah.
You moved up.
That's good. That's awesome. That's all I ask. You guys can start warming up if you want. Don't get too crazy though, because there's a ball machine in the court behind you. So just grab a ball out of one of the machines and you can start warming up. Morning, Val.
Good morning.
How are you? Good. How are you?
Good. I signed up for a class on the 3rd or 2nd that I can't come to.
Okay, you'll have to remove yourself then.
So is that all I do? Is I just remove
myself?
Yep.
Just go in and say, I think it's there's an X, an X or a cancel. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Sorry. Too cold. Too cold to open the door. Morning. Good. Well, how are you? Good. Good. We're still missing one, I think.
I'm going to get a name.
5 here. Okay. So we're still missing 2. Lessons canceled. Too cold to teach. There's more people coming. They're just getting changed. Oh, no, it's back here. Well, how are you? Oh boy, exciting. She's going to get so sick of me so soon. Well, all 7 people are here on a chilly morning. That's a good sign. Must be November. Lessons are full again. Yeah, quiet in the summer, but also in the 2 transition seasons. Like when you're first switching from outdoor to indoor, people have a whole bunch of stuff they haven't been doing all summer because they've been playing outdoors all summer. So they cram it all in a month, and then it gets cold, and then they're back in. Yeah, exactly. So you guys can warm up there if you want. Just be careful of that table behind you. You can go warm up, James. He's ready.
Okay, he's always ready.
Yeah. Guys are simple. You guys all from, are you from West Side too, Kathy? Or Valerie? Are you from West Side too? You play West Side too? Okay. Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to call everybody in for just a second. Let's go down here and meet with these guys. Just pause for a second, everybody. Okay, so today is a clinic day, not a practice day. On a practice day, we have one format. On a clinic day, we have a different format. So today we're going to follow our clinic format. So we're going to have about a 10-minute freestyle warm-up, get everybody moving around and loosened up. Then I'm going to stop you. I'm going to talk to you for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to get into 45 minutes of teaching content. And then we're going to have another water break. And then we're going to start our 30-minute play segment. Our play segment will be a conditioned game that's based on what we're working on today, which is how to beat bangers. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? All right, about the format. Okay, everybody knows where the washrooms are. Morris told me, well, we'll deal with that later, the email issue that we were talking about. And oh yeah, the camera's running today. This is for you guys, so you can come back and see what I said. People often forget what I said in lessons. If any of you want it off, I need to turn it off. So does anybody want the camera off?
Only when I'm embarrassing myself. Yeah, just find it out before I
When you're down in this court, you're about this big. Nobody can see anything anyways. All right, nobody wants the camera off. Awesome. We're going to start our 10-minute warm-up, and then we'll talk after that. All right, Morris, you ready? That's what we call a wrist shot. Oh, okay. Awesome. Oh! Oh, hand switch. I got it. Got one. Well, let's try it. We need to be able to see all colors. Oh, okay. Oh, you're colorblind. That I didn't know. That'll make a difference. Color deficient. Oh, it was right behind my foot. That's a good plan. Nothing wrong with the strategy. It's okay, got one right here. Ah.
I realize you shouldn't step in.
Let's try. She wasn't registered. Sometimes she thinks she registers and doesn't. So. Well.
Because we talked and she said, "Don't pick me up because she has." So I thought, "Oh, I hope I got that right."
Oh, okay. Oops. All right, let's come on in. Come on in, folks. That concludes our warm-up. Now I'm going to talk at you for like 5 minutes. Okay, so how to beat bangers. This is probably the most asked question that instructors get. It's a constant source of discussion in the pickleball room when people are waiting. People believe that they're supposed to be dinking. Oh, this game is supposed to be about dinking, but then they go out on the court and everybody's banging. To tell you the truth, you're going to be banging all the way up to 3.5. It's only when you get to 3.5 and over that the dink actually becomes an effective shot for most people. You can use it effectively against lower level players and bangers, but you have to get your skill level there first. You're rarely going to be able to start a dinking battle with players under 3.5. But that doesn't mean you should not practice your dinking, because your dinking helps you with your eye-hand coordination, your movement, your fitness, your timing, all that stuff. And then when you get to 3.5, you've already got that part down. Okay, so today we're dealing with balls that are coming at us hard. There's 3 things that you have to remember about, well, 4 things that you have to remember about balls that are coming at us hard. One is we want to keep the person who's hitting that ball back. So if they're back when they're hitting that hard ball at us, we want to keep them back there. We don't want to hit a short shot or a half shot and invite them up even closer to us to hit it even harder. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is to understand about most bangers is if they get one shot to bang it at you and you give it back to them, their next shot will go out probably 75 or 80% of the time. Right? It'll go out 75 or 80% of the time. So you develop the pattern of hit it back to them and then dodge the next one. Hit it back to them and then dodge the next one. Okay? Be aware that that second shot, because you're making them move, is probably going to go out, and they will probably hit it even harder than the first one. Right? So one of the skills we're going to be working on that court today is dodging. This court we're going to be blocking. This court will be doing blocking and dodging. Okay? Yeah. The second thing about, the third thing about hitting with, beating bangers, is to keep the ball down, not up. And I'll explain that in more detail once we're in front of the machines. And then the last thing to remember about bangers is they're going to hit a lot of shots out. So I talked about first shot, block it, second shot, dodge. A lot of their first shots are going to go out too. right? So you really have to pay attention to what they're doing, and you have to pay attention to their pattern. Part of that is going to be to recognize if I go out on the court and James is hitting really, really hard, I want to let the first 3 or 4 shots go by me just to see where they land, right? See if he's got enough control to keep it in the court. Because if he doesn't, if I let the first 3 or 4 go by me and I realize that he doesn't need to, or that he's not able to keep his balls on the court, then I'm just going to not block anything that he hits at me. I'm just going to step aside for everything and let him hit out, let him beat himself. Okay? So those are the 4 things, and I'll review them as we go through the class. Now, today we're going to be working with ball machines. Ball machines can hurt you, okay, if you're not respectful. The way to get hurt with a ball machine is walk in front of it. The way to get hurt with a ball machine is you have a ball in your feet and you go, oh, let me get that ball out of my feet. You take one swing at it, you miss. You take a second swing at it, you miss, and then you stand up and you get one right in the face. So if you have a ball in your feet, don't worry about it. Your teammates are going to come around and keep the balls out of your feet, right? Do not stop in front of the machine to clear a ball out of your feet, okay? Just don't. Just ignore it, move, okay? And then the third thing you need to know about the machines is we're going to follow a rotation. So we're going to have 4 people on one machine, 3 people on another machine. I need to show you that rotation. So I'm going to use Kathy, Val, and Morris to help me out. Everybody else can come and stand on the sideline. Kathy, you're going to be right here. Val, you're going to be right here. Morris, you're going to be right here. Okay. And I'm going to be the other guy picking the balls up with the tube. All right, so there's 4 people on this court. I'm picking up balls. Val's hitting. Kathy's waiting, right? Kathy hits her 3 balls, and then she comes out. So you're going to exit that way. Kathy, you're going to exit that way. Exit that way. Val comes up. Yeah. So notice the Val moved forward. So she's moving forward towards the machine that's firing so she can see the ball the whole time. And then you would come over and pick up, and I would come over and replace Val, or Morris. And then Val would hit her 3, come out. Morris would move up. You would go pick up. Yeah. Okay, so that's our rotation. Everybody understand the rotation? 3. You're going to hit 3. Okay. Yep. And 3 means 3, but some people 3 means 4, and some people 3 means 6. So if 3 doesn't mean 3 to some people, just remind them occasionally. We don't want to nag them, but you say just 3. And it can be frustrating, especially if you miss all 3. Now, when I start the ball, the first 5 minutes, maybe 10, depending on how you guys are doing, I'm not going to say anything. There's not going to be any teaching points. I don't want you thinking about anything other than the machine firing at you and you just getting the timing down. Then once everybody's had a few minutes to get the kind of timing down, then I'm going to stop the machine and introduce my first teaching point. Because I find that if you're thinking about something and trying to get the timing down, you're just going to get hit in the chest by a lot of balls. Yes?
Even when we play against Gabe, against a basher, I generally wouldn't find myself, standing here for a bash.
You're not going to stand at the tee, no?
No, but we're going to stand that way for this drill. I'm not arguing.
Well, you would be at the blue line here, presumably. Okay. You wouldn't be on the tee, but you'd still be at the blue line. Yeah. No, and we'll talk about that. So, yeah, we don't want to be backing up, right? It makes it harder for you to put the ball into the net, over the net, right? And I'll just deal with that quickly. If I'm standing here, reaching out to here, I've only got to deflect that ball 48 inches for it to be in the court, right? If I'm standing back here and I have to deflect that ball, I have to deflect it 7 or 8 feet to get it in the court now, right? So I'm much better off to be standing here and blocking than back there, right? Yep, no worries. Okay, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Of the 4 of you start on this machine, so take your starting positions. The 3 of you are going to start over here. We'll have all 3 of you take your starting positions, 1, 2, and 3.
Over here, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, you can start here. Okay, she's going to be there. There we go. Okay. It's all, these balls are going to be coming fast. So for the first few minutes, I just want you to get adjusted to the speed of the balls. Okay? No, just do what you can to block them. And if they're going out, let them go out. Don't be scared. You'll be fine. Don't be scared. Okay, hang on. Here comes the first one. Good. You guys ready? James? Here comes the first one. Just use your hands, it'll be easier. You're only picking up 3, the tube just makes it difficult. Don't use the tube, just use your hands, it'll be easier. Just pick up a couple, 1 or 2. Pick up 1 or 2 and just go. Go. 1 or 2 with your hands and then just go. You're in line, Morris. You're in line. Somebody's in waiting. Who's waiting? Who's waiting? Okay, now you're in line. Val, come on up, you're waiting. Don't worry too much about the loose balls. Just go do your loop. Just go do your loop. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the balls, Morris. Don't worry. Just go do the loop. Don't worry about it. We'll pick up when it's empty. Don't. Just. We're only doing sets of 3, so let's not worry about picking up. We'll just pick up when the machine's empty. I just changed the rhythm. Okay? Yeah, no, there we go. Don't worry about picking up, ladies. Just go stand in line. Okay, if there's loose balls here, push them down to this side. Just push them down to this side, other side. Just push them over to the other side. It is fast. Yeah. Those are banger balls. All right, you guys can pick up here. Please. All right, let's do pick up for all the courts, pick up all the balls, throw them in the machines, and then we're going to do some demonstrations. You want to use this, anybody? Want to use this? Right behind you, James. All right, so we're going to do our first demonstration on this court. Get everybody on the sideline right here, please. All right, this guy, this banger, we'll call him John, has a tendency to hit 50% of his balls out. In, out, out, oh, that's in. In, he's going to make a liar out of me now. Right on the baseline. Okay, he slowed down a little bit. In. That's out. So these knobs on these machines with the vibrations, they turn a little, so it'll slow down on its own. When I set it this morning, it was about 50-50. So you can see that this guy is hitting a lot of balls out. And if you look at the arc of his balls are going from low to high, and they're going to be chin high or higher most of the time, right? So if they're chin high or higher, in your case, it would be a little higher, nose high, right? It's going to go out. So when you're hitting with this machine, you need to pay attention. Now he's hitting everything out. Back down. There we go. Okay. So we'll come back and deal with that in a second. Now this guy over here, Stan's a little different. He hits lower. So you'll see that Stan hits almost everything in the court, and watch how high his balls are. So Stan's balls are all low, so he's hitting hard, and they're staying in. Okay, so Stan's balls we have to block, but John's balls, 50% of them are going out. We don't have to block 50% of them. We're going to dodge 50%. So we're going to be practicing dodging and blocking based on height with him. And on this machine, we're just going to be blocking. Now, let me show you how we block Stan. I don't have to do anything. He's hitting really hard. I just need to get my racket in front of it, right? And it'll stay in the court, right? I'm not swinging at it. I'm not taking it way back here. I'm not timing it, trying to hit it. I'm just keeping my racket out here and just blocking it. Oops. So what I see people do is this. And they try and turn it into a timing shot, and that's why they miss. If you try and turn it into timing, you're going to miss. The other thing is my racket face. If my racket face is open, pointing up, watch what happens. I give John a nice, easy sitter ball to hit on the next one, right? I don't want to do that. I want to block down so that, oops, that was terrible. When the ball comes off my racket, I keep the ball down. So I want to angle my paddle down when I take it out front. Now John is not going to get a nice sitter ball to hit. He's going to have to bend over and hit something low. Oops, it was too low. All right, you can shut that off, please. Shut off. Top switch, top red switch. Perfect. Okay, so we got two machines, two different bangers. we're going to use two different techniques. With Stan here, we're going to try and take the ball out front, and we're just going to direct it down. Do not turn this into a timing shot. This will mess you up every time. You will volley badly, right? You just want to reach out and block it. Little tiny little bend on your elbow so that your tricep and your bicep are still a little bit engaged. Not totally straight, because when you totally straighten out your arm, both of these muscles disengage, right? So we want a little bit of a bend, just a little bit of a soft spot, and we want our racket face directing a little bit down so we keep it down into the court. We want to try and block as many backhand as we can, because we're strong on the backhand. When we turn around to this side, or let's say we decide to do a slide, we end up sliding out of position and creating open court, right? And this is also a timing shot. Whereas this is not really a timing shot. It's just a matter of stepping in front of the ball and being strong and blocking it, okay? We want to avoid this. Remember, the open face, because the ball goes up, nice and slow. Stan gets to move into position. It bounces on the ground. It bounces up this high. And now John can hit a second hard drive at you. But if you block it down and low, now he's got to bend over to hit a shot, and he swings hard. It's going to go up, just like John's, and now it's going to go out the back of the court. Okay, so that's the objective on this machine. On that machine, we're doing something a little bit different. We're judging, based on the height of the ball, whether we're going to hit it or dodge it. That's our objective over there. Decide which ones to hit, which ones to dodge. You will never train yourself to let balls go by unless you let balls go by. If you're going to block everything and let the banger beat you, you're never going to beat the banger. You have to let balls go by. And you're going to pay a price. Some of them are going to land in. But that 10% is an investment in your education, right? About the speed and the arc of the ball. Okay, so those are our two objectives. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so we'll have the same 3 people in this machine do a quick pickup first. Same 4 people in that machine do a quick pickup first. Okay, don't worry about picking up balls. We will drain both machines if we need to. Okay, who's up first? Okay, everybody ready? Go ahead, turn it on, Lynn. Yep. All right, go get in line. Don't worry about balls, Lynn. Go get in line. Don't worry about balls. Oh, good leave. Good leave, Kathy. Good work. If you let 3 go by you and didn't hit 3, that's a good session. That's awesome. Good, that was a great block. So start by reaching out, Janet, reach out. Yeah. Okay, and paddle face closed. Good, much better. Reach out, Lynn. Good block. Oops. Good, nice and low, James. Is that out? Okay. It's okay. Okay. Let's do a pickup. Pickup. Okay, we're gonna do a pickup and we're gonna have a little chat. What time we got? Time for our first water break. Want to take this one? It's yours. All right, we're going to have our first water break and a little chat, and then we're going to come back in and switch machines and do it the other direction. I got it. All right, grab your water bottles. Come on in the lobby and we'll have a chat where we can hear each other. So I don't like to do a lot of individual feedback while the ball machine is running in that room where nobody can hear anybody anyway. Because if I distract you trying to talk to you, give you correction, you may end up getting a ball in the face. So, and then you say, exactly. Okay, so let's talk about John. Stan's consistent. He's hitting the ball in. You're going to have to block Stan's balls. We know this because we play with Stan a lot, and when we first started playing with him today, we let the first 4 or 5 go by. We saw that he's able to keep the ball in, so okay, well, we're going to have to block Stan's shots. Stan's shots are also consistently low, so those are shots that we need to block. John, however, is a completely different case. But they do have one thing in common, right? They're both hitting hard. So if I'm blocking Stan's balls, and I'm blocking them out because I'm not a very good blocker, right? I'm kind of stuck because he's 100% in. If I'm 60%, if I'm only able to block 40% of my blocks in, I'm kind of hooped against Stan, right? But with John, we have to think about the percentages. So 50% of John's shots are going out. As long as I can block better than he can hit, right? Then if I can block it, I'm going to be on the winning side. But if his 50% is better than my blocking ability, I might as well just step aside and let every ball go, right? Because there's nothing for me to gain by sticking my racket in front of the ball if my failure rate is higher than his failure rate, right? So there's a little bit of math that you have to do there. So what you want to do is get your blocking skills high enough that you can beat John. Stan's a different animal. You're just going to have to become a really good blocker with Stan. Stan and John probably aren't going to be playing, unless it's open, they're probably not going to be playing at the same time, right? So the first thing you have to recognize when you're playing a banger is, are they a John or are they a Stan, right? And you need to figure that out very quickly. Don't assume that they're a Stan because there aren't very many Stans, especially at the level that you guys are going to be playing at. They're virtually all going to be Johns or worse. You're not going to figure out if they're hitting out unless you do 2 things. One is let it go past you, but 2 is turn around and watch it land, because your brain is going to eventually learn the entire arc and the entire speed if you watch the whole thing. But if you don't watch it and you let it go by you and you're just hearing somebody call out, you're not really learning anything, right? You need to watch it to build experience. You need to build the library in your brain of which balls are going out, how fast, what arc, what spin. Does everybody make sense? So I saw what you guys were doing over there about calling out. That's fine, support your partner. But if you're the person standing at the net, I really want you to watch those balls go out. Even with Stan, yeah, I'll get there in 1 second. This is my last thing, and then I'll entertain questions. Even with Stan, if a ball gets by you, watch it all the way to the end, because that's experience for your brain, right? Even stuff that you don't hit, that's experience. You have to take note of it. Don't just be passively, oh, well, that got by me.
I turned to watch John hit one time with the ball. The next ball was coming at me too fast. So from then on, I just focused.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't want to get.
Yeah, well, there is a safety concern here. How slow is the ball moving? Because the timing shouldn't be that bad.
It could be my fault.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, watch it, but then turn back around. Don't watch it. Oh, yeah. Is that what he was doing? Okay. All right. So we're going to, any other questions before we go back in the room?
Yeah, not super relevant, but I was playing the other day against Brian.
Brian Korolischuk, yeah.
Someone was tall.
Yeah.
We kept hitting it high. How do you block a guy who's going to come down and just smash?
Keep it down. You have to keep the ball down. You can't be popping balls up.
I know, but even my partner did, and I'm standing there.
Well, when the ball goes up, your racket goes down, and you take as many steps back as you can. It might only be a step, half a step, 1 step. Just get back and get your racket down, because you know the ball's coming down, right? No, down. Like literally.
Oh, yeah, right, because it's coming on the angle.
Exactly, right? If the ball goes up, your racket goes down because you want to just be able to do this, right? You don't want to be doing this, okay? But different class though.
I had a question about
Yeah.
getting, not popping them up. I have to actually really change how I hold that
Yeah.
racket. I
So,
don't know if it's because I'm too weak in the wrist. That's
So-
what I was trying to go
yeah.
up.
Watch what happens at the further forward I reach. See how my racket face turns a little bit and opens up, right? So there's a sweet zone here. You've got to have a little bit of a bend in your arm so that you can get this edge down, this edge further ahead than this edge, right? If you're stabbing at the ball, reaching out for it, and women tend to do this, right? They tend to lean back, lift their shoulders, and then the face really opens up, right? You've got to remember that it's not the big 6'4" guy hitting the ball that you're facing, it's just the ball. Once he lets go of it, it's just the ball, and you massively outweigh that ball, right? You don't have to be afraid of the ball. Just get your paddle in front of it. You're big enough, you're strong enough, it doesn't matter how hard it is. That's right. You're just letting the ball hit your racket. Just be a wall. And I know ladies have especially small women, have a tendency to think, well, that guy's 6'4". He outweighs me by 100 pounds, right? But it's not the guy that you're facing. Once he hits the ball, it's just the ball. The ball's 14 grams. It's got some speed because it's moving. But if you just get your paddle in front of it, it'll block it. Thanks. Good question. Other questions?
Grip.
Well, that's a very individual thing. So continental is what most people do, right? It's just straight up and down like you're hammering a nail in, right? Some people have an Eastern forehand. You can have an Eastern forehand. The problem with an Eastern forehand grip when you're volleying is that when you go to block, you have a really open face. So hammering a nail in, boom, 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 that's continental. If you just rotate it one bevel forward so that the paddle is a little bit closed on the forehand side, that's an Eastern forehand. Awesome for hitting forehands, not very good for backhand volleys because you're going to be popping up. Right? Yes. Yeah. And we teach beginners all the time, never change your grip. And beginners hear that and they think that it's a rule. We tell them that for beginner classes because we're teaching them beginner level stuff. But once you get past beginner, you are going to be making subtle changes to your grip, right? Yep. All right, let's go in the room and switch machines. And you're very obedient going through the correct door every time. Oh, you're disobedient. You're a rebel.
It was a test, I know.
Okay, if you were over there, now you're over here. If you're over there, now you're over here. Gotta wait. Okay, if you three get in position, I will start the machine. Here we go. It's on. Okay, we're at this court. I want you to remember, track that ball all the way to the baseline. Watch it land. If you're going to let it go by. Learn from the experience. There it comes. That was going out. Out. Good. Watch it all the way. And you guys, when you're waiting, keep the backcourt clear. Wait here, not there. Here. Yeah. That way you're only moving forward. Oh. Out. Good leave. Good block. Yeah, don't be afraid to let John's balls go out. That'll go. Good work. Watch him go out, though. Good job, Joan. That was a good block. Good job. That's a great block, Morris. Good leave. Good leave. Nice. Good block. Just give him a push, James. Just with push. Oh, what am I doing? Ah! I got it. Come on. Smarten up. It should be it. Yeah, it should be it. All right, let's pick them all up. You guys can keep going until your machine's empty. It might be empty now. No, don't put it in. It's going to fire. No, we're done. We're going to put everything in the hoppers now. No, not in the machine, James. Put them in the milk crate. Yep.
Can you show me my stance so I can get it on camera? And then
Your
I can
stance?
Like when I'm waiting for those bangers,
Uh-huh.
how is my stance?
Well, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Good, that's all.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about ready position? Okay. So yeah, let's talk about that just briefly. Come on in. So there's 3 classes that fit together. This one, how to beat bangers. Another one, letting balls go out. And another one called blocking hard shots. Those are 3 kind of all on the same topic. Each one of those classes has a different emphasis. The blocking one has the emphasis you were just asking me about. How do I hold the racket? How do I block? Should my ready position be, etc. Letting balls goes out really focuses on identifying balls that are going out. This one has the context of John and Stan. So it's very similar to the other two. We're not really working on blocking here. In this class, we're really working on, and this is how I want to wrap up, understanding whether you're facing a John or a Stan, right? So you want to so the easiest way to convince yourself not to block so many of John's shots is to watch John play when you're not playing John. Watch yourself, watch John hit balls, watch the ones that go out when he's playing the better players, and you will learn from watching John that, hey, I've been blocking everything he hits at me, and I don't need to, right? 50% of the time against John, I need to be playing dodgeball, right? So as an athlete, one of your strongest skills is your observation skills. You have to be able to observe your opponents. And if you want to convince yourself not to block John's shots, watch John hit out. That will help you. Okay, so the questions about how do I hold the racket and all that stuff, we'll work on that in the blocking hard shots class. This class has a slightly different emphasis. But generally speaking, just to give you James's friend Gary last week took a class. It's a tracking class, another good class if you want to take it. I always want my racket pointed at exactly where the person is about to hit the ball. So if Janet's turned sideways about to hit the ball, and I think the ball is going to be right here, I want to be pointing my paddle at that ball, right? Not like this. I want to be pointing my paddle at that ball because that ball is going to be coming at me from that angle. So I want to be able to, I don't want to be here and then have to adjust to that angle. You understand what I'm saying? I need to have my paddle pointed right at that ball so that my paddle is in the best possible position to receive the ball from that down to up angle, right? We teach beginners all the time to hold their paddle like this, right? And that's better than this, right? But this is better than this. So you can think of this as what a raw beginner does. This is what a trained beginner does. And this is what an advanced player does, right? You point at the ball. That way you're always, right? And there's no point at pointing at the ball through the net because the ball is never going to come through the net at you, is it? Right? You always need to be pointing at the ball above the net because the ball is going to, if it's coming over the net, you want to be ready for that. You don't need to be ready for a ball that's coming through the net because it's not coming through the net. So, anyway, we deal with that in a blocking class. What's that? It's today. 50% of every class is a short class. Yeah. So I will tell you, I don't want to get lost in this, but I will tell you smaller ladies that if you're small and you do this, you make yourself even smaller. So what small ladies have to learn to do is stand more upright, be bigger. Think of the bear, right? You want to be big. You want to take up space. So, all right, let's have a drink of water. Then we're going to come back in and play a game. While you guys are having your drink and your rest for a minute, I'm going to put away some machines, get them out of our way. Okay, everybody, let's go in the room. Huh? I still got to sweep all the floors. All right, come on over here to this court. Sideline of the court right there. Morris and James are going to be at the net for me, and Val's going to be right here beside me. Yep, you guys are going to be right at the blue line in front of the net. You guys are our blockers. No, you're beside me, Val. Val, you're beside me. Okay, so this is in the middle of a point. Middle of a point. These guys have come to the net, and I'm back here. And I'm going to try and bang my way past them. They're just going to block it. Oh, sorry. Okay? Oh, okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start. This player here is going to start by hitting a drive from this green line right here. That was in. That was in. So I'm just going to hit a drive from here. You guys are going to try and block it, and then we're just going to play out the point. Okay? So we just play out the point. Okay? So you can come on in here, Janet. You can hit your first drive. Just hang on 1 second. I'm going to teach the three of you, and then we'll go play together. Yep, just play it. Yep. Okay, play it out. Good. There it is. Good job. Okay, now you're going to, that would be, who won that? You guys won. That would be a point for you. Okay, so now you would get to serve again because you won the point. Yeah, you're going to serve. Well, no, just do what you just did. We're calling this a serve. No, hang on. Ground stroke. Got to be a ground stroke. Yeah, on the ground. So you're going to hit a ground stroke. Drop it on. Okay, there we go. Good job. Okay, play it out. Good. So now they got a point. So now it's her turn. Okay, now Val's going to hit a drive. Is it in or out? It was out? Okay, that's it. Okay, then you're going to serve now. So that's 2 points for you guys. So it's 1 serving 2. There you go. You got a point. There you go. Anywhere you want. We're in the middle of a point. Play it out. Out! Okay, so that's another point for the ladies. So the ladies are at 3 now. Janet's still serving. 3-2. Yeah. All right. Okay, just pause for a second now. So we play the game. This team has to get to 11 to win. This team has to get to 7 to win. Okay, a couple of really important conditions. One is this person needs to drop the ball on this line. Not in front of it, not behind it, not this line. Drop it on this line, right? Try and keep it in the court, okay? Now, I'm only going to give you 1 ball per court because I don't want 100 balls flying around the room. So you get 1 ball per court. No, just try and hit the line. No, because we're not, this isn't a serve from the beginning of the game. This is in the drive in the middle of a point. Okay, good. Yep, so that's 3-3. So 3-3. There we go. We'll go over here and we'll play the game. No, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, you're going to serve. Kathy, you're going to be over there. You guys are going to block. No, this has to be a ground stroke, Kathy, because this isn't a serve. This is a drive, right? Oh, watch out. Hang on. We got a ball rolling around. I'll take it. Hang on. I got to see where that ball goes. Okay, let's start over. I had to watch that ball. Okay, let's start over. Okay. 0-0. Was that out? I thought it was out. Okay. 1-0. 2-0. You're on fire. That was in. Nicely done. Now it's my serve. 2-1. Ready? Okay. 3-1. 3-1. 4-1. Oh. 4-2. Your serve, Kathy. 5-2. No, wrong line. Hang on, wrong line. Yeah. Reserve, 5-2. Hey, we got a point, 6-2. Whoa, 7-2, sneaky one. Oops, sorry, 31. It's coming. What's the score? 7-2? 7-2. Oh, we win because we're at 7. This team has to get to 7. That team has to get to 11. That's okay. Staff can get it. Yeah. Good game. Now we're going to switch. So you guys are going to serve now. You want to be here or do you want to be here? Okay. So Lynn will start. Lynn will start. She's on the right. Yeah. You can drop it on the second green line. Exactly. All right. We get a point. 0-1. Yeah, and nicely done. Good shot. 1-1. One. Out. Okay, who served? Lynn's? Score? What's the score? 1-1? 1-1. Okay, 1-2. That was it. Who served? Joan, 1-3. Lynn served. Oh, good job. You were going to let that one go?
No, I
2-3. Out. Very close, though. So, Joan serve. What's the score? 3-2. So, you guys have 3?
That was out.
That was out.
It's
2-4. Okay. No. Off the ground. Off the ground. On the green line. Nice try. 2-5. Lynn serve. Yeah. Oh, nice shot. Good shot. Nice try. 2-6. Yeah. Very good. It was a good drive, Lynn. 2-7. 3-7. 3-7. Oh, 4-7. You guys are on a roll. 5-7. 5-8. Lynn serve. 5-9. Uh, 6-9. You guys only need 1 point to win. 6-9. Oh, 7-9. No, 6-10.
Yeah.
Game point.
Yes, either way.
Yeah.
Close. Down to the wire.
Down to the wire.
Out on your feet.
Whose serve is it? Jones? Okay. Game ball. 6-9. 6-10. Oh, well done. Good game. That was really close.
Good game. Good game. Good game.
Okay, now we'll go over to these guys and we'll mix it up.
Good game.
Good game. Okay, we're going to mix it up. We're going to mix it up. Val, you're going to come over here, join this team, and I'm going to come over here and join Janet. Okay, so the 4 of you can go play. You guys can mix it up. Mix it up. Grab a new partner. So Joan and Lynn are going to mix it up. Yeah, get a different partner. Yep. And you guys have been partnered the whole time? Okay, so how about Morris and I versus James and Janet?
Oh, okay.
No, I meant just mix it up over there. Because you had Lynn as your partner.
Don't take it personally.
Okay, Janet. Oh, good point. 1-0. Well done, James. 2-0. Oh, and that's in. Well done. 3. I thought that was going out, Janet. Sorry, James. James is serve. 3-1. 2-3. 3-2. Go. 3-3. 3-3. Oh, nice shot. 4-3. Ooh, tried to go line me. 3-4. Nice. Well done. 4-4. Five, 4. Five, 4. Out. I'll give you that line all day, James. We have 6 now, right? I said 5-4, but it was 4-5. It's 4-6 now. 4-6. Yep. 4-7. Okay, cover the middle. In. No. Good leave. Wait. Was it James' serve? Sorry. 4-8. 4-8. There we go. Well done. 4-9. Oh, I got up in front of that one too much. 5-9. Well done, Janet. $5-10. Close game, though. Oh, nice shot. So the reason you missed that is you took a swing at it. Don't swing it, just block it. Yeah. 6-10. So this is game point right here, James. Oh, well done. Ticks the net. Well done.
We get 7. You got 7. We had to get to 11. You won.
Yeah.
7.
You got to 7.
You got to 7 before we got to 11.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, you guys are up. We only have about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So, you want me to start? Okay. Ready, Janet? Oh, yeah. Remember. Ready? Nicely done, Janet. Your serve, Morris. 0-1. Nicely done. You got a point. 1-1. Two one. 2-1. Yours. Whoa.
Nice roll.
Oh, well done. 4-1. Five one. So you block that back here instead of out here. So that's, when you do this, none of these muscles are engaged, so this is just really floppy. Try and take it out front. Okay. All right, that's going to be our time, so I'm going to call everybody in. Good game, guys. Yeah. Okay, everybody, come on in, please. Come on in. Bring that noodle with you. Thank you. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. So let me do a wrap up, and then I'm going to ask you a favor. So the wrap up is, today's class was how to beat bangers. We had John on this court. We had Stan on that court. John has a tendency to hit most of his balls out. We want to let him beat himself. Stan's a tougher player. He's a better hitter. His balls tend to stand, so we're going to have to block Stan's stuff. It's really important for you to understand who you're playing, John or Stan. That's the first thing. Your observation skills as an athlete matter. So one of the reasons, generally speaking, no insult intended to ladies, but one of the reasons why women don't observe as much as men is when two guys are having a conversation and a game's going on, they're standing side by side watching the game while they talk, right? Women are facing each other and they're chatting and they're talking and they're not watching what's going on. So men tend to absorb more information than women around the courts just because of the way they socialize. So you want to spend some of your time, especially ladies, watching the game, especially watching the people you fear to play, watching the bangers, watching the people who are giving you trouble. You need to see them hitting the ball out for you to convince yourself to step aside and take that risk, right? So don't feel that you have to block everything. So that's important. Any questions about what we did today? No? Okay, so I'm going to ask you a favor. I'm going to send you all an email today asking you to review this lesson, okay? There's 3 ways to do it. One is just reply by email with some words. One is to go to my website, leave a review on my website. And the third way is to go to the Community Association website and leave a review for the Community Center if you enjoyed your lesson. If you're going to give them a bad review, please don't. Okay? Right now, the highest priority is on the Community Center because I just got a brand new contract. And if I want to keep my contract, they need 5-star reviews.
On the community, you want us to comment on how we liked it?
Yep,
Oh.
if you liked it. If you didn't like it,
It was great, thank you. Yeah, you're awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I will send an email. And the other thing about that is if you're taking 100 lessons with me this year, I'm going to request 100 reviews. If you can give me 100 reviews, I would appreciate it. It doesn't need to be very extensive. It just needs to be something. Because you guys are going to get to pick who your next coach is. You guys want me back, they need to hear that. If you want somebody else, they need to hear that. All right?
I've had 5 coaches, and you are most thorough. Like, you teach so many things.
Now you're trying to influence my
You are without a doubt the best coach I've ever.
Well, thank you.
You're
Say
the
that in your
only-
review.
You're the only one.
Oh, and I was kidding. Oh, I won't say it. Thank you. Okay. We got to get out of here because our time is up. If you guys could grab the tubes and put them in the window there, I will take everything else. There's a tube over there, tube there, put it in the window. Just put it right in here.
Oh, yeah. If you have criticism, tell them.
That, exactly.
Because you're the person that can deal with that.
Yep.
But if I say something nice to you, it doesn't help as
That's
much
right.
as if I tell your boss.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
the community's your boss.
I appreciate it.
Yes. The community center is your boss, right?
That's right. Exactly it.
What paddle do you recommend that doesn't have an edge?
I don't recommend any paddles without edges.
And because?
Because they're edgeless. So they're more easily damaged, and they don't have a consistent hitting surface from edge to edge.
Okay.
So if you bounce a ball on your paddle, you'll
Oh, I
notice
know,
that it's
that's
very
why
different.
I'm looking. Yeah.
What you're looking for in any paddle is consistency edge to edge.
Okay.
You will only get that in a really good board, and the really good boards are never in edgeless paddles. Okay? I was going to say you were giving me a boner with that compliment. I didn't want to say that for the ladies.
I'd say most would be offended. Maybe some people say.
Comedy's my hobby, so I have to be really careful what I say. Exactly.
Okay, so you told me to play a little bit.
Yeah.
What lesson would you suggest next?
Whatever. So everybody asks me this question. You shouldn't approach lessons as individual things. Coming to lessons will make you better because every day you're going to get corrections. It doesn't matter what the content is. You're going to pick up concepts, you're going to pick up tips, you're going to pick up techniques. And the difference between a forehand drive and a forehand volley and forehand dink isn't as much as you think it is. Right? So becoming better at any one of the 3 will make you better at all of the 3.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, just be in the habit of coming when you can. If Tuesday mornings is good for you, just come to whatever's on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Right? Whatever works for you.
Okay.
All right?
Because I know where my weaknesses are. Classes to take.
Well, you know where your weaknesses are relative to the areas where you're not as weak.
Yeah.
Right? But if we make that area stronger, they might both end up being weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? So don't think of it as, well, I need to correct this first. Just work on getting better at everything.
Oh,
Yeah. Just
okay.
and it all bleeds into each other. So.
Okay.
You said it was told me the other day. It's Gateway that I need to
Gateway.
to get ready
Yeah,
to-
there's a gateway tonight.
Yeah.
Want to come tonight? No.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Oh. Email. I can respond to your email, and that's a good enough.
Yep.
Okay. You just copy and paste it in.
Yep.